satisfying was last weekend for you?
It felt good, you know, and I think it was great to get a road win and break that streak that everybody kept talking about. Yeah, and it felt good to go. It was nice to go back to Colorado and see a lot of people that I hadn't seen, and coaches and players, and then to come out of there with a victory was obviously pretty nice as well.
Coach, can you just talk about Jake's performance in the second half? Have you ever seen someone come in at halftime do something like that when you've been an OC?
No, I haven't. That was an unbelievable half of football that he played, and he got really hot, made a lot of great decisions, got the football out of his hand, and it was great. I mean, it was great to see him do that, considering that he had really limited reps last week during practice, and it seemed like he kind of just picked up where he left off, and he had a really nice game and was a big reason, you know, that we were able to make that comeback.
What was that like at halftime when you had a plan for Jack, and Jake is totally different? Kind of what we're going through the plan. I mean, you had to rip up a plan pretty much, didn't you?
Yeah, and we went back to some base things that we ran in fall camp that we knew, some concepts that Jake was pretty comfortable with, and you know, something that we just knew that he couldn't move at all. So we were trying to keep him in the pocket and get the ball out of his hand, and he did a nice job. I mean, he targeted the ball, made some great decisions, and made a lot of plays on third down, and kept us on the field, and yeah, played a great half of football.
Did you run a lot, very few plays, just different looks with Jake out there, or did you run a lot of plays?
No, we ran most of the stuff that we had with Jack. We really just eliminated some of the run, read stuff, but in any movement really outside the pocket. But yeah, we called the plan, and he did a nice job executing.
Can you talk about the Coletto, the touchdown in overtime, and the philosophy of it, thinking, well, if Coletto's in, they're going to think he's going to be running with the ball and all of that?
Yeah, that went through our mind. I think more of it was going into the week with Jack as the starter. A big part of our goal line package was some quarterback run, and we felt really good about the play, and we kind of felt like even if they know he's going to run it, we felt like we'd kind of have some angles and some numbers to be able to get it in, and we really like the way that Jack runs it down there. He's a tough physical kid and has a good feel for where the soft spot is in the defense, and yeah, there was really no doubt. I mean, we talked through it a little bit and said this is the play that we practiced all week. Let's go with it.
Now that we've kind of seen a couple games, is there just something in Jake Luton that brings out the best in Isaiah Hodgins?
Yeah, I think those guys Hodge, and they're real comfortable with each other, and you can see it on the practice field again today, and they just kind of know where he's going to be, and going to give him chances, to go make a play down the field. But you could see the confidence and excitement, I guess, in the receivers really on that first drive when Jake got out there, that they knew they were just going to get some opportunities to go make some plays.
When you're down 28, they get that 75-yarder, and I mean, what's the attitude like in the booth amongst all you coaches when that happened? And then to come back with the third greatest comeback in Pac-12 history, I mean, the emotions had to be crazy.
Yeah, after the touchdown run, there weren't a lot of happy people up in the box, I can tell you that. But you got to keep playing and keep fighting, and really proud of the guys, and kept battling. And I thought the defense did an awesome job, particularly in the second half of getting us the ball back and keeping those guys off the scoreboard. But yeah, I mean, when we were able to put together, I think we had like a 16-play drive or something like that to follow it up, and Jake came in and converted a lot of third down, fourth down opportunities, to get that score, which was huge.
How many times have you seen a 9-play overtime drive, which basically goes 25 yards with 9 plays?
Yeah, not often. We managed it, I thought, well there. The players did, as far as getting, we were 3rd and 10, and I think or third, and we jumped off sides there, and we got ourselves back into like a manageable situation, for a conversion there, which was good.
Getting that win secured, do you see a different response from the players this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think they were really excited in the locker room, obviously, in the plane ride in the game, and today out on the practice field. I mean, I don't think anything changes for us, but you could see a little bit more of excitement. I think they, just the confidence of, hey, we can play with the people in this conference and go on the road and finish a tough game. And so I think there was a little bit of extra excitement, enthusiasm, and I think they're excited about the opportunity this Saturday.
Knowing that Jake can play with less than optimal mobility, does that kind of change what you guys would consider his availability to be? Maybe if you know that he's 50% less mobile, but you know he can still kind of throw the ball after seeing a performance like this?
Yeah, and hopefully, we're hoping that his ankle, I felt as it got in the game, he kind of got some adrenaline going, it loosened up, and I felt like it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be, putting him out there, and it's looked better again today. So I would anticipate it to be, him to be more healthy this Saturday than he was last Saturday, and we'll tweak the plan obviously, a little bit towards him. Where does
Connor fit in at this point now, coming back from concussion protocol?
Yeah, we anticipate Connor to be back. He was out full practice today, and he took, we mixed him in. He's got a couple reps with the ones, a couple reps with the twos, and we'll just kind of get him back and flowing and see where it fits at the end of the week.
Looking at that performance that Jake had, is it almost in what he did in one half kind of cementing where he is, when he's healthy, as that kind of QB1 for you guys?
Yeah, and you look at spring football and fall camp, and we named him the starter going into the first game, and there was, you saw on Saturday the reasons why, and that's kind of what we saw in early in the season, and in parts in the Nevada game too. So,
pardon me, your wide receiver depth. It kind of showed itself off in this game with Timmy and Bradford and Champ.
Yeah, it was good to see Champ. We had run a couple deep routes, and Champ was able to come in and spell those guys, and made a couple big catches for us in some critical situations. So, yeah, it's always nice to see guys that necessarily haven't played a lot on offense, get in there and crunch time and step up for you. That was good.
Going forward, could you see using Jack more in short yardage situations and on the goal line, given what you're able to do at Colorado?
Yeah, I think that's something that we can consider, and he does a nice job with that. I think he's got a good feel for it, and the nice part about it is he can throw the ball too. So I don't know that they can just load up every time. You can have some passes and some things for him as well. But I think we all feel comfortable putting Jack out there, and it's nice that he was able to go and start a game and get some game experience. I think that just makes you even more comfortable putting him in a critical situation.
You guys had a lot of success on fourth down. Is there a different approach on fourth down? Are there a couple calls that you really like? The situation kind of there. Is it just go with what you think works?
No, they're pretty much a third down call. Sometimes the defense will change a little bit, and you might have to anticipate something else. But no, we really, I really credit that to Coach Smith. He does a great job early on second down of telling me, hey, think two here. You got 2 downs. And sometimes he even tells me on first down, like, hey, you got 4 downs here to get 10. So call it, accordingly, and that really helps. And so I think sometimes you can set yourself up on third down for a shorter fourth down